Alright, so next we're doing 1979 Rolls Royce Shadow. It's very nice shape. It's been wrapped, so I'm curious to see what the paint was like underneath, because sometimes they just do that to hide it, but nevertheless it looks good. This leather is really dry, like very, very dry, so we're going to be carefully working on this nice leather. We're going to be doing a couple layers of conditioner, but other than that, this car's in really good shape. So this is going to be our first start of this Rolls Royce, and it's actually on the left here, as you can see. It's fine, it's probably this way. Yeah, okay, so just because it's an older car, what we're going to do is just turn the ignition on. We're going to turn off the AC, which is right here. And then we're going to cycle the key about 3 times. Just gonna get the fuel pressure up. There's your temperature and your gauges. Put on the brake. And we are in park. So now we're gonna crank it. Starts right up. So we're gonna let this run for a few minutes. Let's get everything lubricated. Make sure it's safe to drive, and then pull it back there and detail it. All right, so it's been running for about 30 seconds now. There might be a little leak in the exhaust because I can hear a bit of pops, but that could also just be because it's cold start right now, so it's running a bit rich. So it seems I was mistaken about the exhaust, because I just realized there's just a really big exhaust. And yeah, it smells like the 70s. Really nice. So we are about to get our wash process started. A few things you want to check with these older cars is the window seals. And they're not dry rotted at all, which is pretty surprising. So it looks like it's in really good shape, but despite that knowledge, we're still not going to push the pressure washer into these areas. So we're gonna kind of have to pull back the pressure washer gun, because you just don't want to risk it. And so we're going to be using Honeydew Snow Foam soap. So it's pH neutral, so it should go a long way with this wrap vehicle. All right, here we go. So first layer of foam is on. We typically do 3 foam washes before we're done 1 wash of a whole car. And the whole point of foam is that you let it sit for a while, as long as it's not too hot out. Because the whole reason for the foam is it to lift all the dirt particles and suspend them off of the paint or off of the wrap. So as you saw, we just foamed it. Off camera, we did a good pressure rinse of that foam, and now we're going to foam it 1 more time and then hit it with the mitt. After we're done using the mitts to wash it, we will foam it again and then power wash it 1 more time. So we just did our second layer of foam, so we're going to switch over to using our buckets now. So this one is just for wheels. This one is clean water, and this one has soap in it. Each bucket has a dirt trap or 2 in them. It keeps all the dirt at the bottom of the bucket, so we don't run the risk of inducing any more swirl marks. And we're up to 5 wash mitts. We got 1 for the top half of the car, 1 for the middle portion, and then the bottom section is our yellow mitt. And then we have 2 spares just in case one gets dropped. We just throw it away, and then we can continue using the other stuff. Nice straight lines, not too much pressure, because these mitts, they hold a lot of water, and the high-end mitts, so you don't need a lot. And every now and then you just want to flip it over, and when you're done a good section like a whole hood or a roof, you want to dunk it back in the clean water, rinse it out, and then put the mitt back in the soapy water, so you know all the contaminants are out of it. And as you're cleaning, especially in this, you got some trees around, it's blowing around a bit, you want to make sure that you don't pick up any of these little debris with your wash mitt. It's kind of better on wrap because it doesn't really scratch, but on paint you really got to watch out for that. All right, so we're done with the wash mitt. So now just one little foam. It's not going to be as thick as all the rest, but just to make sure. So that's good for that side. You just want to spray the front. And the side. All right, so we did our third foam. Now it's time to just do the final pressure wash. So when you reattach your nozzle, you always want to, for the first time, aim it away from the car, because if that's not sitting right, it'll shoot up pretty far. So we're good there. All right, so it's all rinsed and clean using a woolly mammoth towel. So this holds like a gallon of water. So it's very safe. You see how thick it is. Put your hand in. So you just want to let it absorb some water first. Then all you do is just pull. And repeat that process for the whole car. All right, so we're all washed up here. See, it's a lot more reflective, just a brighter color. You can see more of the Pro Wrap. It is a bit of an old wrap, so there's some staining here. We might even want to go ahead with a clay bar, just take all that kind of stuff out. We learned that doing one of our Bentleys. It was wrapped in almost the same Pro White, and there's just some stains here and there, but once you run a good clay bar over it, most of them come out. All right, so we're moving on to the interior now. It's all leather, all real wood, all metal. So there's gonna be a lot of things to hydrate, a lot of things to protect. So we're gonna start with the seats because they're really dry. So when we work on the rest of the car, I'll be soaking in the conditioner at the same time. So we're all done the interior for now. We put 3 coats of conditioner in all the leather. So what we're gonna do is let it sit for about 4 or 5 days, let that conditioner really soak in. And we didn't clean the leather today for the reason that it was too dry. We didn't want to damage or untint anything, as we say, because if it's really dry, you can really damage some things. So we did all the rest, all the carpeting today, and the conditioner's already doing its work. You can see it's a lot more plush, and this car is in good shape but a start. So the headliner's really good, and all the leather here has been conditioned on the dash, and the veneer has been shined up and waxed. So we're just gonna wrap up for today and put this thing under cover until the next time. All right, so we did the Rolls Royce today, full inside, full outside. Did a Nissan Juke, that's all I have to say about that. We also did this Hyundai Elantra. That's a pretty good car for the price. It's pretty well equipped. And then next we're gonna be using touch-up paint to do some little, see, stone chips and some bumper scrapes right here.